My husband and I are about to spend 9 days on the Disney Destiny. Join me as I pack and talk about the trip coming up. Adam and I will be doing back-to-back sailings on the brand new Disney Destiny. It is Disney's newest US-based ship. They launched the Destiny and the Adventure within a couple of months of each other, but the Adventure is doing sailings out of Asia and is geared towards the Asian market, and the Disney Destiny is going to be based here. It's going to be based in Florida starting out, and then we'll see where she goes. This will also be the inaugural use of my new Monos large check-in. If you've seen my last 2 videos, I had 2 Monos check-in bags break on me. Through their warranty, I was able to get new suitcases. And so if you want to know how that worked out, check out those previous videos. But today we are going to be packing this up and talking about the trip coming up and some of the things that we plan to do while we're there. I usually try to default to the medium check-in, but I decided to go straight for the large because 9 days is a lot of days to be on a ship. With cruises, you just need a lot of stuff. You need pool attire, you need regular day attire, you need to dress up a little bit for dinner. Like there's just a lot of stuff. And normally I just start packing in the medium check-in and then get frustrated when I realize I have too much stuff and then have to take everything out and then go to the large. So I decided to just start with the large today because 9 days is a lot of days. In case you're not familiar with Monos, they are known for being a high quality brand. There's like a compression side that is where the, so you can like squish things, and that's the side with the trolley handles. And then there's a sort of flat side. I'm sure there's fancier words for that, but this is what I'm going with. And then there's like a pocket, like a mesh pocket here and 2 mesh pockets on that side. Let me go get some stuff and I'll be back. And I'm back. It's actually the next day because I ran out of steam yesterday after I did a bunch of packing. But nonetheless, here we are. So we're going on this trip and I wanted to share a couple of the things that we will not travel without. Hopefully you find these things helpful. So first thing that I absolutely will not travel without is a packing list. Maybe a little odd to start with that because you don't actually pack that, but I have to have a packing list. I have a spreadsheet that I use. I have everything that I need for various kinds of trips, and it's been tested based on things that I've needed and things I've like forgotten and things that I wished I had on trips. And so I have this giant master packing list with sections for different kinds of travel, whether I'm going to go somewhere cold versus hot and that kind of thing. I also have some math in there so that I don't have to think about it. I say like how long I'm going to be there and whether I have dinner reservations and things like that. And so it'll figure it out for me. It's not necessary to have that level of detail when you're creating a packing list. But I think that starting a trip, especially if you are someone who's going to have a lot of things to manage, like if you're traveling with someone with a disability or you are someone with a disability, having a packing list that has all the things you need so you can have that comfort of knowing that you haven't forgotten anything is so worth the time. And so if you don't have one, I would start by spending a week just writing down all the things you use in a given day, right? So I often like think through my day. And so I'm like, okay, I get up in the morning and then I go to the bathroom and then I brush my teeth and then I go take, and so I'm like, okay, so to brush my teeth, I need this, to take a shower, I need this. And so I will go through my day and that's how I would start one. And so and then as you go through your week, add things. You're like, oh, right, because I need to take this medication on Tuesdays. And on Tuesdays, I also have to do da-da-da-da. And so you can spend a week of just writing things down, and then you will have a beautiful packing list when you're done of all the things that you need for travel. So that is my number 1 tip. Packing list. When I'm traveling somewhere warm, like going on a warm cruise, the next thing that I bring that I absolutely will not go without are fans. Tons of fans. Like I have 4 fans. Right. I don't like to be hot. Like I get very cranky if I'm hot. But beyond that, when we were at Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point the last time, or the first time, the only time, which was 2 years ago almost at this point, we were on the inaugural sailing. There wasn't a ton of shade and I was sweating buckets. It was just so hot. And everybody around me was sweating buckets and very hot. And then I look at Adam, dry as a bone, looking fine. And I realize that he is not regulating his body temperature correctly. It's very common for people with spinal cord injuries to not be able to regulate their own body temperature. And I didn't realize, this was, many years after his injury, and I didn't realize he had this problem until that moment. And I know that my husband will not pack fans, which is why I have so many and they all have a different job. So this is your typical neck fan. It's not my favorite, but I will put it around Adam and he will wear it. So this is my favorite one for making Adam cool down, voluntarily or otherwise. This one, I haven't used in a while, but I'm bringing on this trip because we are going to Lookout twice. It's a misting fan. And so you can put water in the top. A misting fan can be really good for someone who isn't regulating their own body temperature because it kind of creates what sweat otherwise does, right? So bringing a misting fan, I'm thinking this little hole in it will be easier for Adam to hold. So I'm hoping that this works out. So we'll see. The next two fans are for me. This one is a neck fan, but you would hold it here, or you can put it on a table and it has a little kickstand thing. And what I like about this works better for me than the neck fans. I don't know why, it just does. Maybe it's the fact that I can like also pick it up and just do this. Love this one. Bring it on every warm weather trip. This one is very special. So this one is also for me, has a clip on it for like to put on your pants, right? But then the air goes in through here and out here. And then there's these little clips here. So you can actually clip your shirt on this. So this would be on your pants. This would be on your shirt. And the air is going up your back. And it's just beautiful. This is my favorite one. You do have to, pay attention to your shirt placement. Make sure you're not blocking. You can't be like sitting in a chair with it because you'll block the vents and then it won't work. But it lasts a really long time. It's USB-C chargeable, and I love this thing. And all of these items are linked below. So if you want to help out the channel, we do make a very small commission when you buy through our Amazon link. And so if you would like to support the channel and you're interested in these products, please use the links below. The next thing that I do not travel without, regardless of what kind of trip it is, are slippers. So Adam got these for me, and they are just so helpful on a trip. I wear slippers at home because I find that hard floors kind of hurt my back. But the other thing that is great about this when you travel with someone in a wheelchair, for whatever reason, bathrooms get very messy, right? Like they are rolling around the cruise ship or outside or whatever, and then the bathroom floor, after they've been in there, has all the tire tracks, and it's messy. And so I like having these for, if there's just like gunk on the floor and I don't want to be walking around and gunk on the floor, and I will usually take like a towel and just sort of like, move it around and push it in the corner, but still I like having my slippers. Next thing that I will not travel without are Crocs. I am exclusively, besides the slippers, everything else I'm packing for this 9-day trip are Crocs, which sounds ridiculous but I explain. None of them are like the Crocs with holes. I wear the fancy Crocs. So these are, I'm going to go to the airport in these, right? And they are like, I get so many compliments on these. Like they're the most comfortable shoes. Like, yeah, they have a little bit of a heel and they are just so comfortable. And I am picky about shoes. I've never been good with like shoes have always been a struggle for me. Here's another pair. I'm not bringing these just because I got these, but I don't love white shoes. And so I realized that's my problem with these. But they have like this sort of fake pattern on them. They're just like really cute. And whenever I wear the dress up Croc, I always get compliments, but they look good. I have dressier ones that I will wear to Palo brunch. I have more casual ones that I'll wear to the beach for that very, very long walk on Lookout Cay. I have Crocs for that. So I love Crocs for travel. So let's move into charging of things. We travel with a lot of gadgets. We are gadget people, number one. Number two, there's a lot of accessibility gadgets. And then number three, we're filming. And so there's a lot of gadgets. And when you're on a cruise ship, there's not a lot of plugs. So you have to be very smart about your gadgets and how you're charging them and all of that. And so the first thing that I never travel without is this Mophie 3-in-1 charger. So it came in this little container. Now, they've updated it since, and so I do have the link to the updated version in the link below, but the old one came with this little case. I can't swear that the new one does, but it does look just like this, right? So it folds out, and this is where I put my AirPods. This is where I put my phone with the MagSafe, and then this pops up, and this is where I put my watch, right? And so with the watch, you're getting the desktop, feature so you can see your time and stuff, right? Because it's in that right orientation to do that. And then it folds up, and then in this bag also has the USB cable, a little slot for that, and a little slot for the plug. I do find that this works a lot better off the plug than it does trying to be in a USB port. port. So that is one thing about this. But I mean, but if it's a good USB port, then this will work. Speaking of good USB ports, and so like what I mean by that is, I don't mean the ones that are on the ship, like you can just plug it into the wall. Those are usually not very strong. But this is by Anchor, and it is a multi-USB hub, and it's heavy. It's heavy, but it's because it is powerful. And so these are all high speed chargers. And so there's 3 USB-C. One of them is marked 30 watts. They're all the IQ3. It's smart. And so it'll stop charging when something's done charging and move all the power to the other things and that sort of thing. And then the 3 USB-C. And so this has come in handy, especially now that Disney in particular is cracking down on letting you bring those cruise safe power outlet things, right? You can't have anything that adds plugs. I don't travel without it, especially because of all the things that we need to charge, and most of them are USB. Speaking of having enough outlet, I always bring a European converter. Most ships that leave out of the US are going to have US plugs, but they're almost always also going to have at least one European plug, right? And it's the one with the 2 poles, right? So I don't know their fancy names, but this kind. And so I always bring one because that gives me another outlet, right? This one's also Anchor. We tend to buy a lot of Anchor. Anchor's done well for us. And so we do tend to buy a lot of Anchor things. So this one also, so it gives you an extra plug, right? For like US style. It also gives you 1 more USB-A and 2 more USB-Cs. And they are also the IQ and blue and high speed and all that. And then there's another outlet up here. This only works for like a 2-prong one, right? It wouldn't work for a 3-prong, but they never notice this one. So you've got an extra outlet. So this now is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you could be plugging into this one European outlet that most people leave to go to waste. So if you're cruising, get yourself some of these. I actually usually bring 2. And on the Triton class, which is the Wish, the Destiny, and the Treasure, they do have 2. There's usually 1 by the desk and 1 by the bed. And so I do have 2 of these for that purpose. Another thing that we started doing recently and has been fantastic is bringing a pop-up laundry bag. Life is messy. Extra so when you're dealing with disability. And so now this one we actually got as a fish extender gift. They customized it to be Disney Cruise Line, which is awesome. And you know, it folds out. So you've got a sizable laundry basket that you can be throwing things into. And on Disney Cruise Line, they do have washing machines. There's a nominal fee for using them, but totally worth it if you need to be able to do laundry while you're on your trip or don't want to have to pack 9 days worth of clothing. So instead you could pack like 5 days worth of clothing. It has come in handy quite a few times. Another thing that is specifically Adam related, but I could see this working really well for, actually we have 2, we use it with Rowan too, is a night light. So this is magnetic and it can be angled in different ways, right? And then this will stick to the cruise wall, or we can put it on a table, and it's motion activated. If somebody gets up, it'll turn on. And so, you know, cruise cabins are very dark, especially if you're in your interior, but even if you have a veranda, they get very dark at night. And so, because there's no ambient light outside. So you can use something like this if you need to be able to get around. The final thing that I will not travel without is AirTags. I have them on our suitcases so that if they were to get lost in transit, I can find them. And that has come in handy more than one time. So I absolutely have the AirTags on any bag that is going to possibly leave my custody. This one is from my husband's wheelchair. This is by Pelican. It holds an AirTag, right? And the other side is attached to his chair via like 3M really strong adhesive. It's hidden on his chair. We have to leave custody of his chair when we go to the airport. And if something were to happen, we could track it down. This is also great at Disney when you get on rides and you have to leave your chair behind. Just knowing that like it's trackable if for some reason somebody should try to walk off with it. It also just helps me find Adam, right, when it's crowded. So there's that. I've definitely used it for that too, especially if we're like in a really crowded place because like he's lower than everyone. And so it can be hard to find him. This is very discreet and you can just put it somewhere on the chair that is not noticeable and you'll know where it is. So those are our things. Like I said, there is a link below if you like any of these things, or if you just want to click it and then do your Amazon shopping to help us out. It doesn't cost you anything extra. We are going to be trying to get as much content as we can on this trip. We're going to be stopping in Lighthouse Point twice, Castaway once, and a day in Nassau, which is TBD because there's not a whole lot to do there. We're going to be exploring all the parts of the ship. And so be sure to check it out. It's an interesting trip because the first leg of the trip, because we're doing it back to back, the first leg of the trip is actually a travel agent trip. I mean, we had to pay full price. Like this was not a discounted trip because it's a brand new ship, but there's going to be opportunities for us to talk to some of the Disney Cruise Line representatives and things like that. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that and learn more about the ship. If you're interested, be sure to follow along, like, subscribe, and all those things. And until next time, stay strong, get creative, and keep exploring. We'll see you in the next video.